rolling.
All right, here we are, folks.
Hey.
Look, we're back.
Hello.
That's right. It's the Raj and Rich show.
Yeah.
That's Raj.
He's rich.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. My bank account is zero.
I mean, unless you get that $1.7 million that Bernie got.
Yeah, you know that $1.7 million that Bernie Sanders got to just roll over and take it up the ass.
I mean, hell, you know what? If that's what it takes, you know, if I can get $1.7 million, I'd be fucking more than willing to do that shit too.
I'll bend over, spread it, and I'll even hand you the lube. Here you go.
I think they go raw dog. You know?
It's like that. Everybody's like, "Hey, would you take it up the butt for $1 million?" I'm like, you know what? Sure, why not?
You know, I'll take it up the butt, but it's gonna be my decision of what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fucking Tic Tac. Tell you what.
Right. All right, so folks, we do have some things we want to discuss. All right. That all being aside, we have to get our goofballs off. Hey, look, Newcomb. There he is. Told you.
Hey,
my number one fan.
No, it's just
Right there.
He's here. Is he your number one fan?
He's the president of my fan club that I didn't know existed.
Really?
Yeah.
So does he go up all close and go, the slow blade penetrates the shield?
I'm really hoping it doesn't pull a Selena Gomez on me and just fucking shoot my ass in a hotel in El Paso, Texas someday.
That's Selena, not Selena Gomez.
I thought it was just Selena Gomez.
No, Selena Gomez is somebody else.
Is
Selena
that,
Gomez is like some new age fucking person from Disney.
We're talking about like the Selena.
Oh, is that the chick that sang "Let It Go"?
No, that's Idina Menzel.
Oh, that's I see.
The
I
Selena that you're talking about is Selena Quintanilla.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Selena. Oh yeah, hey, she was hot. She was hot. Was now. She's not hot now. No, she's kind of emaciated and decaying.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, a curling iron could still solve the problem. It would heat it up. Just saying.
Okay, so moving right along.
We're getting the cue from our cue girl. Time to move on. So, in tonight's topics, we're going to talk, of course, if you watched the Rich Wilson show that just happened, that chaos. Of course, we talked about church shooting in that one. We're going to talk about church shooting in this one because we're going to be a little more open-ended about it. The illegal alien shooting that happened in, well, not, okay, hold on, let me rephrase that. It sounds like an illegal alien just got shot. That's not what happened. An illegal alien didn't get shot. An illegal alien was shooting up the place in South Austin, but nobody heard about that.
Because it was overshadowed by the church shooting.
A notion of a fifth belt and a night circle at Amtgard.
Oh.
Which, there's lots of people rolling their eyes at us now.
That's going to be a big can of worms.
We're going to bring in Larry L. to talk about the women's tournament thing, which I like where she was going with it when we were trying to talk about it, but Sprint gets no service in the state of Texas, so unfortunately we couldn't finish that.
That sucks.
We're going to talk about a CK and rain.
Yes.
What else is anything else that we're going to try to cover?
How tiny my dick is?
No, everybody's aware of that, so I don't even think that to be.
Except Marcy.
John said, "Do we have parks in Philly?" No, we do not have a park in Philly. So go start one.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know how to start a park and get you going. I started 7 of them.
And he still doesn't know what he's doing.
I still have no clue what I'm doing. That's just some of the stuff we're going to cover. So let's get in, of course, with the obvious thing that everybody in the world is watching. The church shooting. The church shooting happened down a little town outside of San Antonio, Texas. So small that I've totally mind blanked what town it was.
It's probably like a town of like 10 people.
No, 200. 250. 250 is what they said on the news.
So you know it's like maybe a 2 or 3 stop sign town.
Maybe 2 or 3.
Maybe one stop like 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not trying to make light of it. But I came from a small town. We had 500 people in our entire town. That was even out in the boonies. It took 6 towns to make our school district. Okay, 6 towns. It was tiny. Little school. So anyway, a deranged lunatic went into a church and shot and killed 26 people and wounded another 20, ranging from the ages of 18 months all the way up to 76 years old.
And it's not because he had a thing against religion. It's because he had a problem with his girlfriend's family.
Yeah. This
what
guy,
a fucking idiot.
And this guy already has a history of domestic violence because he was in the Air Force. He spent a year in prison for beating up his wife and his 5-year-old or 3-year-old stepson. Cracked his skull. and he got a year. He got a year. Hey, look, we're getting the information on the town.
Yeah.
Does it say the town? I see where he was.
The U.S. Air Force acknowledged it did not appropriately relay Kelly's court-martial conviction.
Okay, so the Air Force...
civilian law enforcement as required.
The Air Force has already admitted they kind of dropped the ball on this one because he was still able to go out and buy a gun.
Well, there's a reason why they call it the Chair Force.
Yeah. Well, hey, I can't say anything negative about the Air Force because...
Neither can I.
I'm about the only member of my family that didn't join either the join the Air Force. I joined the Army, as you can tell. You know, so I guess I decided I wanted to do
Sutherland
something.
Springs.
Sutherland Springs, Texas. Okay, so there you go. Sutherland Springs, Texas. He was a deranged lunatic, psychopath, not a terrorist. He wasn't anything like that. He was the guy's cheese slid off his cracker. Okay, to put it in terms.
Not just regular cheese, but that canned spray cheese.
No, the guy did not suffer from PTSD. They already shot that down. A reporter asked that today during one of the press conferences, because I've literally been listening to it all day.
I have not.
I have, and we haven't got much headway other than the fact that he had a domestic issue with his family members.
With his grandmother-in-law.
Well, no, he killed his grandmother-in-law.
That was who the main issues with.
But he had issues, went over the church because they frequented the church, shot up the church, and everybody's saying that nobody should have guns. Well, the thing is a guy with a gun is the reason why it stopped.
Yes.
He would have killed all 58 members in the church if there was no guy across the street with an AR-15 in his safe that went and brought a stop to it.
All because he heard a ruckus.
He heard a ruckus. That's what he said.
That was his exact words.
He said, I heard a ruckus. I would have been the first one to go, can you describe the ruckus? How many people got the Breakfast Club reference right there? Okay. I love that movie. The movie was a great movie. So anyway, and that's what happened. Okay. What is your feeling, since we had my show and that was kind of a one-sided deal, what is your feelings about the situation?
So,
because everybody's talking about gun control.
It's not an issue of gun control. It's really an issue of...
I bet that's probably...
It is.
That's the soon-to-be king that's just walked in the door.
No, I'm not.
Shut up.
All right, but anyway, let's get back to where we were going.
Yeah.
Let's get back to where we were going with this.
So yes, it is a complete travesty.
If you need to, go ahead and walk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make it quick. So anyway, okay, so where are you at? Where do you think we're at with guns in this country?
Well, granted, I feel that is a travesty and a tragedy that this event even happened in the first place. But it is not a matter of gun control. Really,
Make it
what
quick,
it is...
Make it quick, make it quick.
Yes. Come on.
Small space,
You've got
lots of
stuff in
people.
your hands. Go. Bye. Okay. Yeah. It's not an issue of gun control, per se. It's an issue of the actual government agencies that are lacking in their job. Because I think you said it completely, perfectly, that a complex drain will stop up real fucking quick.
Yeah, the more complicated you make the drain, the easier it is to stop up the system. Period.
Exactly. So...
I stole that line from Star Trek, by the way. The Voyage Home.
Nice, because we're a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying. And it even stated that it was the Air Force's fault for not relaying, his court-martial to the actual federal agencies. So the actual law enforcement had no idea this guy had domestic violence, which is an automatic no-go if you're going to purchase a weapon.
Well, yeah, because if you have a domestic violence charge and you're found guilty of it, you can't own a firearm.
It's called the Trachtenberg laws.
You can't buy a firearm. That's why so many people get, they'll get upset because if their significant other decides to be a dick, press charges, and go through with it, that's the end of them owning a gun, even if it's not a felony.
Yeah.
And they got to sell their guns because of it.
Exactly.
I personally think the system needs to be. I do believe that we need to work on our gun control laws. It's going to take a lot of work. It's not like there's no one law that we can pass tomorrow that would have kept this from happening.
Exactly.
Because first of all, the laws would have prevented this from happening if the FBI
had actually
did its job.
Yeah, if they enforce, the biggest issue is enforcing and regulating the laws.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue. It's not the laws itself.
But here's the thing here's the law that I would like to see gone, and I want to get your opinion on this. It is a law I would like to see this law get put into place. No more private party gun sales without somebody having a license involved, or you got to go through a third party that has a license.
Correct. I mean,
period.
The biggest
because
thing,
But there's no way to stop it.
Well, and the thing is if two thugs on the side of the road want to trade off a Glock 9mm for $20, they trade off a Glock 9mm for $20. And no, that's illegal. But I'm saying is like in the state of Missouri, because one of my friends on Facebook, Mike Cox, brought up that in the state of Missouri, his brother has gone to flea markets and purchased firearms, and there was no paperwork. He went up, gave him $100 for a rifle, and walked the hell out. And it's not illegal for him to do that.
no.
I would like
to do that with a long gun in Texas either.
Okay, I want to see private party sales. The only way you could do a person-to-person private party sale,
If you haven't
one of the persons has to have a license in order to do so. If not, then the parties have to go to somebody with a license, and the transaction needs to take place.
Yeah. And
That's the only, and I've been for that for a long time, and don't understand why we can't have that legislation.
And I
that
know-
makes more sense than anything, because now there's a way that we can keep track of people when they're purchasing guns.
Yeah. So, or they're in contempt.
Especially purchasing mass amounts.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
like 40
according to law,
AR-15s.
according to the law, if you go out and buy 20 AR-15s, you're automatically flagged in the FBI database.
Yeah.
That's an automatic thing.
Unless it's for a commercial business that for like security and stuff. Then.
Or you're a gun dealer yourself, and you've run out of stock and you're restocking.
Yeah.
But it's like if you go down to an automotive dealership right now, you go down to Chevrolet dealership, and you pay $33,000 cash for a Camaro.
You'll get
Okay.
flagged.
Guess what? You're going to get flagged by the FBI. They're going to turn it over to the IRS to do an audit on you to make sure you're filing your taxes properly, because they're going to want to know why you suddenly had $32,000 in cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't we do that for guns?
And
Why can't we do truck control? We
Well-
need truck control too.
I mean,
Okay. So my opinion on the whole, going to outside party is yes, that is a completely feasible thing to do. I mean, hell, in Austin, there's a place called Central Texas Gun Works. That's actually where I went and got my CDL or my LTC. And what they do is they actually do license transfers, and they charge $25. That's all it is. It's $25. You have two people who are going to go ahead, a buyer and a seller. So one person's going to go ahead and sell a firearm to somebody. They go to Central Texas Gun Works. They'll go ahead and take the licensing information from the owner and transfer it over to the other person's name while doing a background check, which is like literally like that.
okay.
It takes all about like 10 minutes.
Okay, so that's how we feel about it. You agree, disagree, whatever.
Whatever. Don't give a shit. This is our
Now,
opinion.
the second incident that a lot of people had no idea even fucking happened. Saturday night in South Austin.
Yeah.
Okay. This ain't on the news. Didn't make CNN, didn't make MSNBC, Fox News, didn't make any of the alphabet soup news medias. An illegal alien was driving up and down I-35 from Breaker Lane to Slaughter Lane, shooting at other cars. In fact, put a 13-year-old in intensive care right now fighting for their life in Austin. Right now. Okay? Not covered on the news. Okay? So this guy's an illegal alien, has a gun, and is driving up and down the highway shooting people.
And people will go ahead and say that this is a gun control issue too.
It's not a gun control.
It's not.
This is an immigration problem.
And the biggest thing is, gun laws are for law-abiding citizens. Criminals will do whatever they want, and they'll bypass laws whenever. They don't give a shit.
Now, I'm not going to use the same tired old ass argument because it sounds kind of lame. If we outlaw guns, only outlaws. If we outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. Okay. All right. It's an old argument. It has some fact to it because obviously, if you're a criminal, are you serious? Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. It's Crispin.
Hey, look. Hey.
We have our first on-air caller.
Crispy, you're live with the Rich and Roz show.
What, you guys are doing Rich and Roz?
Yeah, we're doing Rich and Roz right now.
Alright, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know if they can even hear you.
Hopefully not.
Okay, well,
Tell him to call me.
I'll tell you what. I'll call you back after we get done with the
Tell him to
show.
call me.
Yeah, that works, brother.
All right, cool.
Bye, Crispin.
Bye, Crispy.
Bye.
Okay.
Fucking
I'm
dick.
gonna get my Bluetooth. I'm gonna get my Bluetooth speaker in the middle, so if anybody wants to call us in the middle of the show, everybody can hear it. All right.
Yes.
So, anyway, it's an immigration issue. That's not a gun issue. It's an immigration issue because the guy broke the law coming into the country.
Yeah.
And he broke the law by having a gun as not a citizen. Our Q girl is saying build that wall. You know, but it's an immigration issue.
Make America great again.
So that's not a gun problem. Okay, other than the fact he was able to get access to a gun.
Yeah.
Nobody's even watching over here.
I know.
Yeah, that's sad.
I'm just looking at you.
Okay, so
I'll dream you.
so that's what happened in South Austin, and none of you guys heard about that on the news at all. You didn't even hear that here in the Texas news.
I didn't even hear about it.
They covered that right there. I mean, so an illegal alien driving up and down I-35 shooting people. Like, Austin isn't weird enough. Now you've got random illegal aliens driving up and down the highway without a driver's license, in a car, shooting people. So obviously, here's all the problems with this. We have an illegal alien without a license. He's driving an automobile, so obviously he doesn't have insurance. So he's not operating a vehicle legally. He has possession of a firearm.
Yeah.
He is discharging that firearm within city limits. I mean, 5 felonies right there.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 felonies.
Plus
He
attempted murder.
actually shot into vehicles. There's another felony.
Number 7.
He wounded a person. And put them in critical care. Okay, so there's one who's a minor. There's another one. 8 felonies.
In one
And you guys think that we pass more laws and people will abide by them. That's 8 felonies, folks. With one person,
Who's not even a
Rules were meant to be
citizen.
broken.
right?
And
Who
here's-
wasn't even supposed to fucking be here!
And here's the thing. I have a feeling the whole reason why he did that was because of the whole Antifa thing. Because I guess they didn't show up.
He was mad because Antifa didn't show up to protest. The 13-year-olds were stuck mowing the grass. That's why. He was mad that he didn't... No, he was ticked off, but you know what? This is going to sound really, really wrong, okay? All right, he's an illegal alien from Mexico. All the 13-year-olds got stuck home mowing the grass. He didn't have any work that day.
I love it.
So he ended up shooting people because he was out of work.
And it's not because we're racist, because we're not.
We're not. I have a guy that worked with me in the trucking company. It was Hispanic, and I asked him. I said, "Dude," I was like, he goes, "The only reason why I'm here," he said, "white people are starting to mow their own grass." That's what he told me. I'm like, okay. I'm going to hell for laughing at this, evidently, but okay.
Yes.
John Newcomb says we need more enforcement of the laws.
Yeah,
We need
see
better
it.
enforcement of the laws. We
Wouldn't
have
that lead
laws.
though into police issues still continuing?
Yes. Well, you look at the illegal alien situation, right? Okay, what laws do we need to pass? It's already illegal to be here illegally.
Yeah.
It's illegal to drive a car without insurance. It's illegal to drive a car without a license. It is illegal to be an illegal to own a firearm. It's illegal to discharge firearm in said city limits. It's illegal to shoot at people while they're motoring down the highway. It is illegal to shoot people without justifiable reason to fear for your own life. We already have laws. We don't need more.
It's illegal, yeah.
It is illegal for an illegal alien to have possession of a firearm.
All I heard was it's illegal to be an illegal in a car.
It's illegal to be an illegal in the United States.
Okay, now, John, I will say this. It's not fuck police issues. It's because of the way that society has actually been going around and blaming the police for everything, that the police are actually afraid to do their own fucking job.
Well, and the thing is you know what? I'm glad I got laid off when I did because, unfortunately, you know, I don't own shit. But they were suing the crap out of us for just doing our job.
Yeah.
That and people started shooting us simply because we're wearing a uniform.
Exactly.
Kind of glad I got out. Not gonna lie. My theory is I'm gonna go the fuck home. I don't care if you are or not. I'm going home to my family. Okay, so now we've illegally beat this into the illegal bush.
We've illegally beaten the illegal dead horse.
Yeah, we have. So what we're doing is illegal, talking about the illegal and all the illegal things the illegal was doing. So we shouldn't be talking about the illegal things and illegal.
Illegal! Please, somebody tell me they got that reference.
I hope so.
Biodome.
Yeah, I got it.
Purple Sticky Punch.
All right, so now let's move on to Amtgard thingies.
Amtgard stuff.
Amtgard thingies.
This
Okay,
is
for
gonna
those
be
of you
great.
that are watching the program that aren't a member of Amtgard, okay, just kind of bear with us. There's been a lot of talk going around Amtgard about a 5th Knight's Belt. Okay, this has been a thing for a while, but now it's starting to gain traction. The reason being is there's a bunch of people that are flurbs that feel that they don't have a shot at a Warlord's Belt because they don't spend every waking minute grinding, block strike shit.
OHP
Get good,
is life.
scrub.
Okay?
Get good, scrub.
So a lot of the people are like, well, the Warrior used to be both Battlefield Prowess and Tournament wins.
Yes.
Now you can only get like your first 2 off of Battlefield Prowess, the rest of it's got to be off Tournament.
Technically, first 4.
Okay, first 4.
First 4. When you hit your 5th, that's when you start getting streaks.
Okay. So the thing is, why am I getting a message from?
It was Bubba.
Oh,
Babies.
Bubba's talking about anchor babies. Oh, okay. Well, we moved on from the illegals. We're no longer illegally talking about the illegals and their illegal actions. All right. So anyway, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, so now a lot of the flurbs are sitting there going, well, what about the magic casters? What about the people who aren't good in tournaments? How can they have a legitimate shot at getting a Knight's Belt off of their fighting? And so a lot of people are bringing back the whole Battlefield Prowess thing should be a thing all the way through. Now, I played devil's advocate with people on this, and it has caught a lot of hell for this. But here's the... Okay. Trying to think about how I can go about this without pissing a lot of people off.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and say my piece about this.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll think about wording mine.
While you go ahead and try to get all those hamster wheels turning. So, the way that I see it is, do I think it deserves a 5th belt? No. I don't think it deserves a 5th belt. Because really, Warlord is a Sword Knight. And a Sword Knight is for stick game, which is your battle games, and for fighting. Period. And the people who are Sword Knights and all that shit, they're going all, well, no, it needs to be fucking tournament wins because, you gotta be the best fighter. Well, guess what? You can be the best fighter without actually fighting. It's called being a tactician.
Yes.
Okay?
I'm good at it.
So I don't see why somebody can't earn, their Warlord for completely dominating a battlefield by leading an entire fucking army with complete fucking tactics.
Yeah.
To win, like inner kingdom level battle games. Mm-hmm. That's something that we can look at because that is Battlefield Prowess.
It is. However, your Sword Knights are going to sit there and say, but what about, it seems like you're kind of cheapening it for them. We have the ones that have already gone the streaks, the ones that have done the streaks to get there, and all the hard work to win the tournaments, okay? And gone to kingdom level tournaments, beat people at their own levels, okay? Now you're going to say that a guy playing Wizard, who, without his spells, can't get the job done, is now the equivalent of the best fighter in the game.
So now, why don't we do it this way, okay? What if we create a new ladder award that's specifically for Battlefield Prowess? Because right now, Sword Knights is the only belt, besides Crown, that does not have other avenues to approach.
Well, and Crown used to.
Crown used to.
Crown used to have multiple avenues to get there. But then with award standardization, they ended that.
Yes.
And they put in the point system to get the Crown.
Absolutely. So with Flame, you have like 3 different routes that you can go ahead and go in order for you to achieve Knighthood with Flame Belt. With Serpent Knights, you have about 3 or 4 different avenues to go ahead and get your belt. But Sword Knight, there's only 1. So why not make a whole new ladder award standardization for Sword Belts, which is for Battlefield Prowess?
Still, the problem, like I said, and I'm only playing devil's advocate because I know Sword Knight is not something I'm ever going to get. That ship has sailed. It is out to sea. No.
He's
no.
pretty old.
It's sunk. It got into the Bermuda Triangle and disappeared. Never to be found again. It went the same place Amelia Earhart went. You know, never to be found again. Probably on some Asian island somewhere.
And that squadron of Navy pilots.
You know, so yeah, they found those planes, by the way.
Yeah, they found them.
Didn't find the pilots.
No bodies.
Well, I'm pretty sure by now they're gone. But no, the thing is still your sword knights and all that work and hard work and training and effort they put in. You're now going to say that somebody that only is good at being a wizard or a barbarian or good on a battlefield with a large group of people now is the equivalent of somebody who worked their ass off for days and days and days and days and years and years and years. You're now saying they're the same equivalent as that.
Well,
that they equal out to being a warlord.
It's genetics.
Well, this is not genetics.
Well, and don't get me wrong, because I think, you know, this game has kind of gone way too much to the stick jock side, and we need to get ourselves a little bit back to the flurb side.
Now, here's the thing. I mean, granted, you know, with what you're saying, that does make sense. But that's the reason why we have standardization. Because you have to do certain things in order for you to even earn that next award.
So your opinion on this matter, because I know we need to move on from this, because
You guys got time.
I mean it's kind of a dirty subject, because you're gonna look at people, you know, like, as much as I have issues with the guy, I cannot deny that Sir Tato, damn good stick. Okay, the guy is great at what he does. Okay, personality-wise, we clash badly. Barrick, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, that's actually our next subject.
That's gonna be our next subject. So just hang in there.
They're gonna be bringing in a female expert, I heard.
Okay.
He's only watching because he wants to see you jiggle around. That's it.
Okay. So anyway, the thing is, like I said though, is you're gonna sit there and these guys put in so much hard work and effort to scale up those tournament victories, but now you're gonna say a bunch of people who don't have to work as hard as they do. You know, and the argument before, when this got brought up before, is people looked at them and said, well, that's what paragons are for. You know, paragons are they're not knighthoods.
No.
But they're the equivalent of, you are the best of the best in your class.
Yeah.
So what if this person has 3, 4, 5 paragons?
I have 3. Reeve, Barbarian, and Wizard.
Yeah. The way that I see it is that it's not necessarily, you know, what you do while you're playing a class.
Well,
when it comes to battlefield prowess.
Well, no. I heard an option. I heard an option for this to qualify them for the possibility of putting them on in that same category. 5 paragons. 5 paragons get you qualified to begin. You have to have 5 of them in order to even start the march to be on that path, which would equivalent out to warlord. You gotta have a minimum of 5. They have to be fighting 5. So technically, I only have 2.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
You know, I qualify for 2, which means I would need 3 more, because reaving is not a fighting.
Yeah, and we all know that it's really fucking hard to get a paragon.
Well, in some places, there's some kingdoms that hand them motherfuckers out like candy.
We're being asked what a paragon is.
Okay, what a paragon is. Okay, refresh my memory. You've been not playing Amtgard for a little while now.
It's a masterhood.
It's a masterhood of the class. In the old days, it was just called a masterhood. We didn't have paragons. You know, I was a master barbarian, master wizard, and a master reeve. Then paragons came along, so then they switched over. If you were a master in that class, you were a paragon. All paragon is a new definition of master of the class.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's it in a nutshell.
They're just upgraded terminology.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We're making it sound a little more official than just master.
More dignified.
Yeah. So, I
Really
think,
free from shit.
so I mean, is there much more we need to really hash on that one? Because I mean, we could go in either direction for hours.
We can go bout after bout after bout over this, and a lot of people would agree. You know, we can go bout to bout to bout, and then we can talk about it fucking 2-3 fucking years from now, it'll still be the same fucking shit.
Well, it's still going to be the same argument. I mean, look how long it took us to get a war to standardization to happen in Amtgard. The game was 27, 26 years old before we finally went to a standardization system.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're talking about a 5th belt. We could be talking about 30 years down the road. I won't be dead, but I'll be pretty much that guy sitting at the fire that goes, you know, when I first started playing... Problem is, I do that now, just without the moaning.
He'll look just like this, just with a longer beard.
Yeah, this will be here.
Wizard status.
I'll have one of those like Asian beard braids going about that big around.
Which he'll throw around his neck.
I will, like, oh!
Alright, so, what did you want to say?
So
real quick, refresh my memory. Griffin, that's for positive leadership on the battlefield?
No, Griffin
That's
is for outstanding leadership.
And good sportsmanship.
Good sports. No.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
Griffin.
Because
Oh, you know, Griffin is for the sportsmanship. That's right. Outstanding leadership is supposed to be what the Lions
Lions.
are for.
Yeah.
So why can't the Griffin be for that other tier
Pick
or
up.
ladder?
Well, first of all, if you're going to ask a question for people to hear, you're going to have to speak up.
So he said, why don't we make Griffin the next reward standardization for a belt?
I mean, because this is for good sportsmanship already on the battlefield in general.
Because I'm stripping that motherfucker of their belt as soon as they get their belt and they play as an AP. If they got their belt off of Griffins and then they never sign as AP, I'm going to be the first bitch in the COK that turns around and goes, that motherfucker lied! The whole time he was full of shit!
But wait, what if they get anti-Griffins?
Anti-Griffins doesn't recognize this as a award.
They get
in the
banned.
system, so,
They get
Anti-Griffins
banned.
is a joke award.
yeah.
But if he does that, he goes, no, I have 9 anti-Griffins.
Still, if you got 10 in a Master Hood and Griffins and then you play as an AP, bullshit.
That'd be equivalent of getting Order of Squirrel though with your anti-griffins.
This is true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I think we're good on that subject.
yeah. So even Armand said that Griffins was a way to Sword Knight a long time ago.
And it was. There was a lot. There was more than one way to Sword Knight a long time ago. Just like there was more ways to get a crown a long time ago. There was not as. I think there was actually less ways to get to Serpent
Yeah.
a long time ago, and still we are at the same amount of ways to get to Flame.
Yeah, because what was it? I think it was weapon construction fell under Dragon
Yeah.
instead of Battle.
And
Garbers fell under Dragon as well.
yeah, Garbers were dragons. No, what I think Smiths have always been a thing.
Smiths falls under the
But that was weapons.
the Flame Knight.
But the Smiths were at one point were weapons making because think about it, anvil,
Smith.
armor.
Yeah.
That made sense
Yeah.
then. But it's all changed. I mean, Hydra used to be a way to get the crown.
Yes.
Hydra used to be a way to get the crown. You could get so many at lower levels, and then once you got all your ones maxed out at lower levels, then you had to qualify with get your Hydras at Kingdom level. You know, so there was no point system. You still had to get 10 Hydras or 10 Lions, but you had to do them, based off of what level. If they were all at Kingdom, you could get them all at Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, Hydra was to Serpent. Was it? I thought Hydra was to.
No, Hydra should be to crown because Hydra you get that
Hydra is
for-
always for qualifying for a crown for an office.
Yep.
Is what you always got Hydras for. So why would that be a Serpent qualifying for a crown office?
For some reason, it used to be under Serpent.
It must have been just like individual kingdom things on how they did it.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well,
so,
I'm not gonna. Armand's an Amtgard adventure. I'm not gonna.
Oh God, is Armand in there?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
now your show is shit, man.
well,
we gotta break the Kapora here.
it's only because you're
No,
here.
stop. I already broke it once.
Anyways, moving right along.
yeah, let's not go there.
So now our next topic is the women's tourney.
The women's tournament. So this weekend we went down to Devil's Bayou and I tried to do a whole like Jill live from the trip, and my sprint service is shit on I-35. It's crap on I-35.
I noticed that.
Yeah, and so we didn't get to do it, but Lyriel was actually going in a great direction with it. So Lyriel, why don't you come on over here and
Where we going?
Now I will say this about women's tourney real quick is
Oh,
that
that's my booty.
that is your booty.
The
Nice
EH
booty.
End Rain in that's November 1st through the 3rd in Atoka. Marcy is actually hosting a Valkyrie tournament, which is a women's only tournament. It's for a cash prize.
Way to plug your girlfriend's show or deal. Way to plug that.
Hey, you know, she's trying to do a good thing.
Wait, did you say November 1st through 3rd?
December.
I was gonna say because that's
You said November.
That ship sailed.
Yeah,
December.
you said November.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Dude,
December.
that's
December.
like dude, that's like that day that you
I
said
was
Richard
like,
Petty had
wait a
died.
minute,
Then he died.
that was last week. What the fuck, dude?
I was like, you just plugged something that already happened. Dude,
Sorry.
that ship sailed.
I'm sick. Fuck you. Anyways,
In my head.
so no, I'm sick. Like I have ear infection and shit.
Dude, I got this massive ass toothache I'm nursing.
Hey, shatter tooth.
Sir, yeah. Dude, this thing.
Shatter tooth.
I got all y'all fucking beat. I got dentures.
Yeah. Anyways.
I got elbowed in the nuts on
Yeah.
Sunday. Too.
Anyways, so she is hosting a women's tournament. It's a cash prize Valkyrie tournament at the Emerald Hills End Rain in Atoka, December 1st through the 3rd.
Where's
I believe
that
that
at?
tournament's going to be on the 2nd.
Where's it at?
Atoka.
Emerald
It's-
Hills.
Emerald Hills.
Atoka, Texas?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay.
Oklahoma.
It's right on like just north.
I may be making that then.
Cool.
I'm going to try.
I'll be there.
I'm not going.
I will be there
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Yeah.
because he's going to drag you.
I've got to be escorted by the captain of my guard.
Hey, and the cool thing is that the event fee is $10, and then if you're going to get feast, it's $20, but you can pay for it separately. And they actually have online purchasing all the way up till the 24th.
Do I have to pay for events in other kingdoms? I don't know.
It depends on the kingdom. Like
It depends on the
KCG, you
kingdom.
would.
Oh.
If you went to a KCG event, they make their own autocrats pay for the event.
Yeah.
They're fucking.
So
Yes, Ariel.
yeah. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the women's tournament, which is the only reason why she's on here right now.
Now, I want
Why?
to
Because
preface
she's a
this.
woman?
I want to preface.
Yes, you should be in the kitchen making me a sandwich.
Hey, wait, hold up. She's not. Is she barefoot?
She
Okay,
is.
but she's not pregnant.
Yes!
But she's not pregnant.
You don't
So
know that.
I'm leaving that alone.
that's true.
It would be immaculate conception.
So anyway,
Okay.
Ah.
Anyways, moving right along.
all right. So let me preface this real quick with this whole women's tournament thing that it's taking everybody by storm. Okay, when I was king of the KCG, I recommended doing this. I got hit with I'm a sexist.
You got lambasted.
Dude, I got hit so hard by this. But yet that same idea that I put together as king saying, hey, this is a way to get the women in there and get them involved and get them, I got told how horrible I was for doing this, and now this is a thing. And I'm just sitting back going, where the fuck were y'all when I tried this? So I'm just now.
Yeah. So, Lyriel, go ahead.
So if we're doing women's tournament,
Hold on, wait. I just had to interrupt you. Go ahead.
anyways, if we're doing women's tournaments in the hopes that women are going to go more for their warlord, I do not think that is a good system. Why? Because, yes, I might be able to streak 20 times against other women, but if I cannot beat a male warlord, do I really deserve my warlord? Should I not be held to the same caliber of fighting as every other warlord?
So you mean that you wouldn't slough like the other ones?
I mean, I try not to. I mean,
Hey,
it's
not
garbed,
all
it's
warlords
garbed.
got there by sloughing.
Well, she isn't a crotch.
No.
Just Qualibus. Bad.
Well, you're the one who said that, not me.
I did fired.
Anyways, if
I
I,
mean,
cannot
You
stand,
just guaranteed you got a no vote when you come up for voting.
Well,
already gonna get a no vote anyway.
that's gonna give a no vote anyways, because one, he hates my fucking guts, and two, he doesn't think that anybody deserves to be a fucking knight except for him.
Okay,
so he no votes anybody.
So Lirio, continue on.
just to respond to Barrick real quick, but feminism is no longer about equality, it's about superiority, and I don't agree with it. If I cannot hold my own against any opponent that comes my way, then I do not deserve my warlord. I don't care if you can beat every woman across Amtgard, and that does not mean domestically, it means sword and board or whatever.
Yeah, that'll get you banned.
Yeah.
Now, the way that I see it, it's,
I'm not cool with that either, Newcomb. When I was in the military, I said that women and males PT tests should be standardized.
it's on the curve.
Yes.
I have
agree.
never been a fan of women getting the jump because we are women. There are women that can perform and outperform at the level that males can.
I've seen it.
I have too.
Oh, good.
So, if I can't hold my own against a male warlord, I'll use an example. 2 weekends ago, I went to Wetlands, and I participated in their Weapons Master Dragon Master. There were some warlords there. They kicked my ass. I don't feel like I'll ever be on that caliber of fighting with the sword.
Get good, scrub.
I'm gonna get
Grind Nation, it's a thing.
Can I interject real quick? Okay. With
There, I got space
Look at
right
the camera.
here.
all right. With
And Nukem, you should feel like a jerk. Just saying.
okay. So okay, my take on this is women and men, we have different physical capabilities. So yes, in a sense, it does make sense that we would have different standards, you know, as far as like physical prowess. But at the same time, I mean, you know.
So should my warlord belt, if I do a women's tournament, have pink flowers on it?
Social justice warriors.
Sure.
That's what it means to me.
Because I got it through the women's tournaments and not fighting the males?
Yeah, and I mean that would, oh man, that would just be a whole nother can of worms.
It would be, exactly. This is what... We're going to open one thing, and it's going to lead to another, and then lead to another, and eventually we're going to have Serpent Knight or Sword Knight children because we're having kids' tourneys now. 18 and below tourneys.
Okay, you know, that would be kind of nifty, though, if we put a Sword Knight belt on a 10-year-old.
That would be cool.
I'm just saying,
That would be badass.
I would go along with this because, I mean, CK knighted a fucking fish.
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
come on.
Hey, no, and make it to where their belt expires when they turn 18.
Right. Actually, have whoever makes the belt have them imprint in the leather on the belt the date it expires.
There you go.
There you go.
The day of their
Expiration date.
18th birthday,
Okay.
it expires.
Okay, so we are getting way off the fucking topic now.
Yeah,
But,
that's
I
my
mean,
fault. I'm
okay,
sorry.
so
Dick. I love you.
to go with what Miranda's saying, I can understand what Miranda's saying because you know what? How can you make a system for me to get to the same elevation as people who have fought hard to get there, but make it lesser for me? How can I be the same?
I get that.
It's basically what you're saying, right?
Yes, it's not a reward. It's a, hey, congratulations, you did this on a curved scale.
Ah!
So therefore, it holds on to the weight.
Derek says I claim trans and I'll go wreck.
Barracuda. Barracuda.
Barracuda.
Barracuda?
No bear.
No.
Barrick's gonna be one of those. I'm a dude that identifies as I'm a dude that's a woman, but not a woman that's a dude. Okay?
I know you're not a dude or a woman bear.
Whoa! Whoa! We just went.
Shot fired!
Breaking news. We need that logo right now.
Barrack is not a dude.
Barrack is a dude.
There it is, right there.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, according to there is carnal knowledge that has been had to verify.
Oh, God.
Because we do not put anything on here that we cannot verify, which means there has to be sources.
There is collusion.
She's sinking.
It was dark.
It was dark.
No wonder you couldn't feel anything.
Boom.
Moving right along.
Rivers.
Why don't we just take the averages and make the standard?
Because that's what a curve is.
Yep.
That is you just defined a curve.
Yeah, you did, and that won't work by any means because then the problem is
Then you have to curve the crown belt.
yeah, which means now I qualify because I've been in office. I've been in Amtgard over 20 years and I've been in office all but 6 months of it. So I should have a crown belt then.
Okay, so I will say this to get back on topic because we have taken this way too fucking far.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
I'm
we've
putting my
identified
fucking
that
foot down.
we've now identified that Barrick is
Yeah.
a male.
Okay, so now I'm gonna say this that I do think that in the long run, as a start, women's tourneys is actually a really good thing to do.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that it does pull more women to actually feel comfortable in competing in an actual fighting event. Because a lot of the times, you know, women usually are turned off in actual war skill tourneys because of the fact that a dude will whoop their fucking ass. And on top of that, there has been a lot of times, and I've seen it myself, where people will actually berate and talk down to a woman who is competing in a war skill tournament.
That's not the problem we had in KCG. The problem we had in KCG was women were claiming that the men were, and this is where I shut that argument down. women were complaining that when they would go in a tournament, the guys wouldn't fight them as hard. The guys would fight them, it would take it easy on them.
Then you fight your hardest and kick their fucking ass and let them.
But my argument to that is, then why don't we have more women in the KCG with 10 orders of the warrior, because they didn't have to fight as hard.
Now, I will say that there are some women's sword knights, and they are fucking badass fucking bitches.
Yes.
Like
one.
Sir Boots.
I thought Boots was the only one.
Boots is not the. I don't think Boots is the only warlord.
Boots is not the only one.
Not the only female warlord.
No.
Not warlord.
Nukem asked, question, why is it okay for women to get butt hurt but not men?
Case maybe.
Because in society, men are meant to be masculine, and we're not supposed to have our feelings hurt, and women are supposed to be sensitive. That's the way that's been for a long time, and a lot of people still adhere to that standard, unfortunately.
Hey, look, I've been shot. That's all I got to add to that argument.
I've been shot at, but I've been blown up.
You have.
I have.
I have periods.
Okay, and our next subject, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so now, Barrett, you can go ahead and turn this off because Miranda's getting off the station now.
Right, that's the only reason why we have.
Bodhi has periods out his butt.
And it's because he's gay.
Anyways.
So you've had your hand raised over and over and over
Yeah.
again. What the fuck do you want to say?
Well, I see both sides. I see Lirio's side of...
I want to know how you see both sides of it. Do you have a penis or do you have a vagina? Or do you have both?
I could have both. You'll never know, though.
He might be a hermaphrodite.
No, he doesn't
has a
have.
child,
He
it's
doesn't have
confirmed
both.
he's male.
He's only got a. He only has a vagina.
Okay, so
Anyways, so for those, I guess if I remember the term correctly, devil advocate, because there is going to be women that might agree with Lirio, there might be women that agree with what Fister said. Well, the only way to get to a common ground is to meet in the middle. So what if they made it where the first 4 or 5 awards is for warlord, females can do it in female tournaments, but after that, like where it goes past the Duke level, has to be a kingdom. Past that, there's no more just women or just men. It is together. Maybe they give them just
So you're
the
saying
first
the
couple.
lower levels they could do it
Like-
solely as a women's tournament only at
Yes,
lower levels.
maybe to
But
encourage.
then once you get to the certain point, you're gonna have to go co-ed. Period.
Yeah, it's like going from high school to a college level, kinda.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, it gets women. It gets women
I-
encouraged to
you
fight,
put
and
your
if
arm down. I know. You got next.
it gets women encouraged
I
to
don't want you
fight,
to get a
and by
crack.
I say a 4th or 5th warrior, you should know if you want to pursue this and know what is ahead. You should know by then if that's the belt line you want to go.
And by that time, they'll have built the confidence to be like,
Yes,
look,
they
I
should.
I feel better as a fighter.
Yeah, and I think that's just the common ground that could be met. It's just an idea.
Well,
People don't have to agree.
My issue with that is this. Okay, unless you got like 400 people at your park,
Okay.
at some point, if you're fighting in tournaments on a regular basis, even as a woman, you should have figured out everybody's weaknesses.
Yes.
At some point, and started to win without it being a women's only tournament.
So that's
The
why you
second
set a
problem-
limit.
The second problem I have with that, okay, second problem where I don't foresee this being a legitimate thing.
Okay.
Okay, understand, in all the years I've been in Amtgard, I've been in 19 different parks in 7 different kingdoms.
Okay.
Okay. I can tell you the W to M ratio, the women to men ratio,
Yeah.
on the field, you have 2 women to 20 guys.
Sausage fest.
Okay, so to have a women's only tournament, in a lot of situations, you're going to have maybe a 3-person round robin.
Yeah.
So how do you justify getting somebody all the way up to say they're 5th order the warrior when they're only fighting the same 2
Has
people?
to be X number of turnout.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, put a limit.
But then
on,
how
like,
do we
2 or-
even get that if you have a park that only has 3 women fighting in that park? Now you're forcing other women to have, in order for them to even try, now other women are going to have to come to that park in order to fight in that tournament to be eligible.
They can still win it from regular tourneys as well. I mean, they don't have to enter the women's only tourney.
Yeah, maybe they have to have a certain.
Well, I'm not saying is that they can't be in the regular tournament and still get to their 5th order.
Yeah.
But if we're saying that at lower levels, give them their women's only tournament, a lot of these parks, it's going to be 1-on-1, and that's it.
So make
Or a round robin 3-person tournament, and you can't justify, even in a barony, of giving somebody their 5th order the warrior because they won a 3-person round robin.
Technically, you still can. For
You
Battlefield
could, but I mean,
prowess.
they're gonna. But the ridicule that's gonna come out of that from the other
Agreed.
people at higher levels, including myself, I've got 6.
You know, fucking
I'm going to turn around and say, you just got a 5th for winning a 3-person round robin, and that was your tournament?
So make a minimum standard.
In order for me to get number 5, there was 63 people in that tournament. Yes, it was only Barony level. It was only Barony level, but still, there was 63 people in that tournament.
So make it a minimum and make it like make it like a kingdom only, a kingdom women's tournament only. Because I agree, at a park you're not going to get that many, but at a kingdom you can get more.
Now the problem you have with that is the Kapora clearly states that if it's a kingdom level tournament, and it is recognized as a kingdom level tournament,
that's exactly what I've been saying, Armand. Exactly what I've been fucking saying.
Women's tournament is a way to encourage women to compete in a tournament. The more tournaments you fight in, the more comfortable you feel participating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
That's the whole
But what I'm saying is I'm devil advocate. I'm devil advocate on this whole issue of, well, we could do it at lower level, at local level where it's just women only. And I'm telling you, the geographics at the local level does not support
even
what they could earn by what it says they can earn.
Even if it's a kingdom level tournament, okay, you can still put a cap on it. So if you can sit there and say, okay, we're going to have a women's only tournament at Spring War,
but there needs to be X amount of women in order for this tournament
we need
actually be
Why not start this out with women fighters boot camps?
Let's get it going.
Murky Waters.
I'm not going to be there.
Baroness.
I'm not going to teach that because
you wouldn't be teaching it. You're a man.
It should be Boots.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
If Boots wanted to put on a women's sword fighting boot camp, I don't see anybody even trying to argue that.
Hell, I think I'd fucking attend.
She probably take that fucking pole that she has with fucking dildo on the end, fucking scoop you,
I'll tell you
put
what,
you about 6 feet in the air, and start fucking
I'll
bouncing
tell you
you.
this right now. I'll tell you this right now. There is a woman in the game of Amtgard that has my fucking number and always has, and that's Sindari. If you've ever fought Dame Sindari from Desert Winds, that chick hits like a tank. And she can fight.
Sindari Elfstone.
Yes, that woman, ooh. Yeah, she's good. But she hits like a tank. When she gets you, there's no sloughing that girl.
Alright, so, I think it's time for us to move
on.
on.
No, it's not.
Unless you're flawless.
She had a comment from a women's perspective.
Well, from a woman's perspective who doesn't fight, who has fought, and like, we'll go outside and we'll spar. I've sparred with several people. The reason I don't fight, and it's not because I'm bad, is because I have big boobs. And guys, when they go to hit, and they hit, it brings your titties belly. I'm sorry. My tits will almost smack me in my face. Now, or another one that he likes to do, because I have a big ass, he'll go around the back and he'll just whack right at my ass.
Easy target.
That
Right
shit
up my ass? Really?
At my ass. I said at my ass.
She
Nice
did say
By the way, this
She
is
said at.
husband and wife talking,
Yes.
so it's perfectly okay. It's not domestic abuse.
There's a lot of people.
It's not domestic violence.
We got people watching this show going, we hear
not
all
a
these
CLC
fucking
please.
No, it's
Can I get
marital
each place
counseling.
take, girl?
I gotta think.
It's marital counseling.
I have a thing too, but not see each other.
Anyways, Newcomb, I will beat you any day. I have an 8-foot polearm that will destroy your dick.
And
Meet me on the
I will
field.
tell you that Newcomb knows that pole. Because I had that pole while I was in KCG. He knows that pole.
And Newcomb, dude, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, whenever you are fighting a female fighter on the field, that's one of the easiest ways to get a kill shot because they generally don't cover them up very well.
That's, I cover mine up.
Yes, you do. You do really good with the shield, and I'll give you that. No, I'm talking about like whenever you're fighting sword and board. You tend to block your boobs a lot more than most women. Most women, they don't realize that, hey, I'm a 38 double D and my boob is sticking out halfway past my shield.
Guess what? It's
and
a torso
an easy target.
shot.
Yes.
It's a fucking torso shot.
And so guys are going to take that.
Yeah.
And that's something that they need to learn, that they need to stop and
We
stop
learn
that
to fight
shot.
with our bodies, not how to fight
with the
and guard our
woman's body, not with the man's body.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, being taught
The mechanics
as a
are
woman-
completely different.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, the mechanics are completely different.
completely different. The way that we work and the way that we throw shots are way different. Men have to learn to throw shots from the hip.
Yeah.
Women naturally do it. I mean, you know, there's a huge difference there. I mean, and it's basic physics and biology.
Your guys' skeletons are designed differently than ours are, so your shots are going to be different than ours.
Just like they have a much lower center of gravity, and it makes it a lot easier for them to get their footing under them and move around a man. They just got to learn how to balance that.
Biology 101.
All right, so now it's time for us to go ahead and move on.
To what now?
So our next topic, I believe is the last topic, is the CK end rain.
CK end rain's coming.
end rain.
God.
We're saying goodbye to Armand.
Who is watching?
Who is watching?
Who is watching?
We're saying goodbye to Armand, and according to some people, that it would be like Monty Python, and Armand left, and there was much rejoicing. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't have too many issues with Armand. There was a couple moments, and I told him to his face a couple times. I even told you, one thing that man did not learn how to master was his fucking timing. His timing was impeccably bad on a lot of things.
Now,
I got why he did the things he did. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not going to advocate anybody break the rules.
Yeah.
But I get why he did it. It's just his timing was so horrible in so many situations. But then again, was he ever king before?
No,
he was a
and all of this
big goddamn difference from sitting in those other seats in Kingdom versus that seat.
Oh yeah.
There's a huge gap.
Now the thing is, and I know that the way he sees is that this is a lesson learned.
Yes.
Because everything chalks up to experience.
Now go to wetlands and rule it the right way.
Yes.
Not their way.
Yeah. Anyways,
their way.
Can I rip Yukim's nuts out and like feed them to him?
No.
He will enjoy it.
Hey, hold
Right.
up. That is a COC violation.
No, it's going to be a mundane issue.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're good.
Anyways, so...
But the Crystal Grove's board of directors will open up the investigation like
Crystal
30
Groves
fucking
can
times.
suck my left nut.
So.
Okay. Anyways.
I didn't say we wouldn't talk about it. I said I would talk to him first to see if it was okay if we talked about it because he's the incoming king.
Okay. So.
He says he gave me a thumbs up. So you know, Armand has no idea about this dumpster fire that's slowly working its way up with one of his own CK members.
All right. So now.
But we need to talk about the end rain.
Yeah. So
because you're running it.
Yes, I am the autocrat for the CK end rain.
It'd be much better than my mid rain by a long shot.
Well, I don't know, because apparently my mid rain that I ran for Nesta got completely outshadowed by Surreal's end rain that she ran for Nesta and Armand, because apparently I didn't have as much numbers as she did.
I had 84. Or no, I had 89. I missed 90 by 1.
No, you had 99.
I had 9. I missed 100 by 1.
Yeah.
Even though everybody said you're only going to get to 80.
No. You had 96.
Yeah, oh yeah, I missed it by 4.
Yeah, he had 96. I had 99 for mine.
Yeah, I was trying to hit 100.
Yeah, but apparently because I didn't hit 123, my event was shit. So
yeah.
Yes. So with the CK end rain, it's going to be this weekend. It's going to be Friday through Sunday, November 10th through the 12th. Yes. November 10th through the 12th.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a camping event at Camp Lone Star in LaGrange, Texas.
This weekend at Camp Lone Star.
Friday.
The event fee is...
We have a steel cage rabbit hamster chainsaw match.
Now, as a side note, I do have to say, if anybody wants to buy their Knight's belt, the bidding starts at $100,000.
There's someone.
I have one of those rich uncles. Let me give this guy a call. I figure I've done everything else in 21 years. I might as well just fucking buy it now.
Yeah. So I'm running it. Gate opens at 3 p.m. Event fee is $15. I got some really good crats. We got some good battle games that's going to be happening, going on. One of them is a Viking-themed battle game.
Yes, because the upcoming rain is going to be Vikings. That's right.
And it's
Vikings.
funny because I didn't even know that, but Armand said...
You know that trailer trash of the northern part of the country, of the world.
Armand already knew. Or, well, no, maybe.
No, this was before
all that
stuff. Like, him and I were talking about this the day after mid-rain.
How do we...
Okay, so
How do we transition this, though?
What?
To go from his reign to that reign, from that theme to Viking theme. How do we do
Because
well, it's...
We just like, all of a sudden...
Okay, hold on.
You're all Viking.
Wait. No.
Fuck.
It's because the way that this is going to work, the actual end rain theme is Celestial Jubilation. It is a celebration of the coming of every single aspect and every single group of people and all races within the Celestial Kingdom coming together.
Sounds like a big-ass equal opportunity fest.
And the Vikings are invading and staying.
The trailer trash of the planet.
Exactly.
Wow.
So.
Makes sense. We're in a trailer right now.
Yeah. So, like, we're actually going to have an actual fucking boat battle.
Nice.
With actual PVC boats.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know, if you get that black shit they're selling on TV, if we get enough of it, we could actually take the boat and put it on the water and it'll
Flex Seal.
Yes.
Flex Seal, that's it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
So
now, what if somebody picks up a boat and hits somebody else with it? Is that a siege weapon?
anyways, we got some good food coming on. We got Distin. He's going to be coming in. He's going to be making
brisket,
a potato soup for lunch, and he's making his brisket for dinner.
Oh man, you went all potato, didn't you?
Hey,
I love potatoes.
And we had some of that brisket last night, and you know what? Woo. Yep, it's going to be some good brisket.
So we got that. We also got some A&S classes that are going to be going on, along with 2 A&S tournaments. We're having a 5 and under and a 6 and up. It's going to be a best of the best tournament. So every person
fighting a 5 and under.
What?
Can I fight a 5 and under?
It's an A&S tournament.
Oh, A&S.
Talking about A&S tournament.
Oh, I'm always in the 5 and under. I only got like 2 awards of each A&S.
So the A&S best of the best competition is a 5 and under and a 6 and up.
Evidently, a spell ball that's legitimately exactly by the rules only gets you a 1. So
So each person's allowed to enter in
no
2
chance of
items.
winning.
So each person's allowed to enter in 2 items into the tournament. Then there's also going to be a 5 and under and a 6 and up fighter tournament. That's
Can I fight in the 5 and under?
No.
Do you have
Damn it.
5 warriors?
I got 6.
Well, then no, you're going to be in the 6 and up.
Damn it, they're going to put me up against a warlord. Never
Is it going to be Iron Man or Robin?
It is going to be brackets.
Iron Man or Robin? What's a Robin?
I meant bracket, my bad.
It's going to be
I was
brackets.
going to say, what's a Robin tournament? I have not heard of these before.
It's where you shoot birds.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty good at that. I killed 2 with my truck today.
We're not doing an Iron Man. We're doing actual brackets.
Oh, not that kind of bird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's going to be
shooting the bird.
let the bird free. Yeah. So it's going to be 5 brackets for the tournament. It's going to be single sword, sword and board, open, pole, and flow.
Pole.
Well, great weapon and flow.
Okay. Richard cannot fight in the great weapon category.
No.
Why not?
You're automatically barred from fighting it. Armand, make it so, please.
Armand's not running this shit. I'm the one that's fucking
Armand
this duck.
is the monarch.
I'm the one fucking this duck.
Let's fuck this chicken. Duck.
Go fuck a goat.
Hey, I'm not fucking the monkey. I'm just holding the tail,
This
okay?
is some real
All I asked you to do was go out there and be a bunch of
Interspecies.
professionals.
Saturday.
Yeah,
It's
Saturday.
Saturday, Armand.
Yep. So you're still the monarch then.
Okay, but you know, this reminds me of a scene from a movie. It goes like, all I asked you guys to do was go out there and be a bunch of professionals. Instead, you go out there and you look like a bunch of monkeys trying to fuck a football.
That was on Stripes.
No one.
Oh, wait.
That was Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
After Cold Trickle wrecked him after
This
what's
is
his
your
name?
end rain, Armand.
Yeah. This is your end rain, Armand. Your end rain this weekend.
And evidently they don't want me fighting pole.
Yeah.
You can fight
It's
wherever the
12
fuck you want
feet.
with shit.
So, and?
Anyways,
It's a tournament.
it's
A
a 5
bracket
and,
tournament.
It's a 5 and under and a 6 and up.
And unfortunately, I got to fight in a 6 and up.
Yeah. 5 and under, 6 and up.
Hey, 5 and under.
Hey, 5 and under.
I only have
5 and
2
under.
warriors. So.
I only have 2.
I have 5.
I got 6.
Here's another thing I find bullshit though
All at
about
barony
females.
level.
I got my first Order of the Warrior my very first day at Amtgard.
And you see how she made this about her?
Of
When
course.
It's our show.
There it is. It's our show, and she made it about her.
Okay, so are we done with the end rain?
We're done with the end rain thing.
Okay.
So do we want to?
Yeah.
Do we want to discuss this? Because Armand doesn't even know about
I say yes. I
Okay,
mean, this
yeah,
is something that
Armand,
needs to be out.
you need to
And-
pay attention to this because this is some fucking bullshit that's going
it.
on in fucking
It may
Amtgard.
go down before you step down.
It may not. We don't know yet.
We have no clue.
So we don't need you to be blindsided. So let's
Okay,
go ahead
so
and talk about this
all right,
shit.
so
About how fucked up the Kingdom of Crystal Groves is.
all right, so booty shaking moment there. Boop. All right, so anyway, 2 years ago, I was king of KCG, And we had this girl that wanted to be a Saracen. She told us she wanted to be a Saracen. And I was the chieftain of a tribe, and I said, the only way you're joining my tribe is you have to give me a handwritten letter stating why you want to join my tribe. It's my only requirement. You got to handwrite it. It can't be typed, can't be emailed. Handwritten. She did.
Yeah, see if you're...
We voted on, we got her before the circle, and we asked her a bunch of questions, and everybody was cool with it. We voted her in, and I was autocrating my own mid-range. Yeah, right. And I went off, did my thing with the mid-range. She went off, did her thing. Okay. Nothing happened. Didn't hear anything. Nothing. A couple weeks go by, and I heard a horrible rumor about something she supposedly said at the mid-range. And I pulled a gentleman that was in my tribe out because we were close friends with her, out to a parking lot well away from everybody, way away from everybody, to discuss what we had heard and how we were going to talk to her. The very next day, I get a phone call wanting to know why the BOD is doing an investigation, because supposedly I had told this girl, we had told this girl at my mid-range that in order for her to get her full S as a Saracen, she had to fuck every one of us. And then I was calling her a slut. And we were calling her a slut and slut-shaming her in front of everybody at the park that day that I had pulled him way out in the parking lot away from everybody else so we could have a private conversation.
Ain't that but some bullshit.
So they did an investigation. The Kingdom Crystal Grove BOD determined at that point that it was a company matter, that there was nothing there that me and him did in Amtgard that required any of their action. So they handed over the company. The company did an investigation. By now she was in the company. The company, after they got done with an investigation, found out she was full of shit and lying to them, and they kicked her the fuck out of the company. That was the first investigation. Fast forward 4 months later, I get invited to go to this park that she frequents, that she's a member of. I strongly advised that I didn't want to go because this was made public about this investigation.
While he was still monarch.
While I was still king. I said I don't want to go, but I had not gone to this park, and I was king. They did not get their royal visit. And so I decided, okay, fine, you know what? I'll go ahead and go, but I'm going to stay on one side of the park. She could be on the other. And the guy said it was fine. And when I got there, a lot of people came up and they asked me what happened. And I told them. But that was it. I had no interaction with her the entire time I was there. I had no interaction. None. Okay? The very next day, the board of directors opened up a new investigation because she turned around and reported to them that we were showing up everywhere she was going to harass her and make her feel unwelcome. Well, board of directors did an investigation starting all the way back at 7 Cities, all the way through the incident that supposedly happened at Gargoyle's Gate, and now this incident where we were chasing around, and they found out the only time I appeared on the same sign-in sheet as her since 7 Cities was that one day at the park. So they dropped the investigation. Nothing fucking happened. So I thought, well, we're done. Everything's done. 2 years later. 2 fucking years later.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, sitting right there at my desk, I get a message from their board of directors asking me if I was willing to answer questions concerning 7 Cities.
That happened 2 years ago.
That happened 2 years ago. And I'm like, excuse me? They're reinvestigating the situation because now they're looking at the possibility of banning both me and Nomad for our actions at 7 Cities that their own board of directors said twice nothing happened. First time they said it was a company issue because it wasn't a violation of any of the rules in the kingdom or the COC. Second time they investigated, found out the whole report about us chasing her around and making her feel uncomfortable was bullshit. Now they're investigating it a third time for and this was the 2 excuses I've heard so far as why they're doing this. One, I was told because they were not on the board of directors when this investigation happened. Which means by that logic, they could decide nothing's going on, and 4 years from now, some other bunch of idiots gets on the board of directors, and I'm getting investigated again.
Well, what's even better is the person who is spearheading it. The person who is in charge of this operation doesn't like me. Doesn't like Nomad.
So it's completely biased.
And it's like, dude, at this point, you should recuse yourself from this investigation. The ombudsman has been trying to get them to give them a legitimate reason on why there's a third investigation. This is what I got told today. They will inform me as they come across, as they proceed in this investigation, so I can let you know what's going on. The only thing I want to know is a legit reason, because here's the other excuse they got told. Here's the other excuse that got put out there. Well, the interested parties who were involved in the previous investigation were just wondering what the results were, because evidently the BOD didn't officially close it. Horse shit! I got one guy that will sit there and tell you they contacted him and said, we're done with our investigation. They've done nothing wrong that we can find on them. This is strictly a company issue. It is not our wheelhouse in order to take care of. That is what they told him. So the BOD did close it.
Twice.
Twice. Why are you investigating this a third time? I mean, this is sounding worse than Rising Winds. Rising Winds only investigated that night that one time, and then 6 years later they reopened the investigation. So they only did 2. I'm on a 3, so I'm ranked number 1 in investigation reopenings.
3 in a third of the time.
3 times.
In a third of the time.
Yeah, in a third of the time.
So Armand, if you could look into that, that would be awesome. I've already tried contacting the monarchy of Crystal Groves, you know, as the monarch-elect of the CK.
And they won't
essentially,
talk to
yeah, all I was told was we won't talk about any open investigations.
Well, I'm pretty sure Mont's gonna be like, look, motherfuckers, I got like 4 days, fuck you.
Probably.
Pretty much his mindset right now.
You know, I mean, but still, you know, and here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem with this. If their BOD decides to ban us, okay, for a game issue, okay, it's not enforceable. It has absolutely no weight
Because their
whatsoever.
BOD is...
Because the BOD, the night I took my crown, sat there and told every single person that decided to attend the BOD meeting that they have legally separated themselves from the game. So they can't make any decisions on game items. So, game issues. So why in the world are they investigating this when it's not a mundane issue? If anything, it's a civil matter, and that's an issue that needs to be taken care of between the parties involved. They can't weigh in on it, and if they decide to ban us, it carries no weight. And I can look at them and go, well, best of luck enforcing that, because you legally separated yourselves from the game altogether. You have no jurisdiction whatsoever. Your ban is not enforceable whatsoever.
Even then, the ban has to go through the monarch anyways.
You know, no. Because that BOD has legitimately banned people without the monarchy being involved.
Really?
Yep. Because they did it while I was king.
Isn't that against the rules of play?
Yes.
But they legally separated themselves, so they can turn around and rule on behalf of the membership that's in the organization in which they preside over.
Correct, but they cannot make any rulings on bannings. That is held to the monarch and the monarch alone.
They did it twice. And
well, then maybe we need to contact Brennan and...
So, AI BOD, this is what you need to do. You need to go ahead and start investigating the BOD of the Kingdom of Crystal.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem with that. Brennan's buddy was the president of the board of directors the first time they did it, and that was Tato.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know...
I mean, this is Brennangard.
It is Brennangard.
Crystal Groves can suck my left nut.
ROP trumps Kingdom Corpora.
Boom!
But the problem is the BOD is not in their Kingdom Corpora. They removed themselves from the Kingdom Corpora. Because Kingdom Corpora, and this is a legitimate reason, Kingdom Corpora is not upholdable in a court of law. It would be like walking in with D&D 5th edition and saying, well, by this rules, he broke the law. Judge is going to look at you and go, and who the fuck are you, and why are you out of your grandmother's basement?
Playing WoW and eating Cheetos.
But at the same time,
In your
I mean,
underwear.
you know, bannings are by ROP, and that's what we have to go by.
Their BOD has banned people with it not going through the kingdom. Because they straight up banned somebody and then told me they banned them while I was king. In fact, I had banned somebody, they removed the ban, then voted, and then they banned.
Yep, see, no.
There you go.
Alright, so in the short game, the BOD of KCG is fucking bullshit.
BOD still have to go by the ROP.
Guess what, Armand?
If
They're wrong.
doing that, they are wrong. Yep.
They're wrong.
Agreed.
They don't care because according to them, The game has no members of the game have no jurisdiction over them. Nobody votes them.
They appoint their own members.
Yeah, nobody votes them into office either. They interview members of people who want to be on the BOD, and then they decide whether they vote on who gets on their BOD.
Aren't they also the one where they can choose to take?
It's in their bylaws.
Yeah, that they can choose to take payment for being
their
on
services.
the BOD.
Yep, they have it in their bylaws that they can vote to pay themselves.
So basically, they're Congress.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to come out and say, "Hey, come be a part of the BOD. You get paid $8 an hour for every meeting that we have." I'm waiting for that to happen.
I wouldn't do it for less than 10.
Neither would
I go 15.
You know, but,
Nepotism much.
you know, but that's that BOD is so discreditable. It's insane anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would be on it. You know, they are
they don't get paid currently, Armand, but it's in their bylaws that they can vote to say, hey, we're going to get paid for this.
It's in their bylaws that all they have to do is vote to say that they can be reimbursed for their time on the BOD, and they can then be reimbursed for their time on the BOD. So for every meeting that they have or any time that they have official record of them having a discussion by their bylaws, they could vote to pay themselves for that. Because they can say that their time is actually financially equitable.
Yeah, see, what the Kingdom of the Crystal Groves needs to do is they need to separate themselves from the BOD.
They do.
I mean, and they need to say, okay,
And
you know what?
I
Look,
thought-
we're going by ROP, and we're going to elect our own BOD members. Y'all, you have your own little business. You can go do whatever you want. But
And
you're not
I
Amtgard.
thought when Goldcrest went there, that was one of the things Goldcrest was going to fix, was reining in the BOD and bringing it back to the game standard, and he didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know why. And all this is routed and began with two people, and that would be Jesus Salang. Wasn't me. I fought this. Okay, Jesus Salang and Wisp, Sir Wisp. Those two are the reason why that BOD is the way that it is. So, the guy that stole Amtgard, tried to steal Amtgard's trademark,
Is still trying.
Still trying.
And Wisp was the one that went and almost got Northern Lights kicked out as a kingdom for violating state law by trying to do this with their BOD. Okay.
So,
How Wisp is not banned yet in this kingdom, or in this game, is beyond me with the shit he's pulled. But he's always had some. I know how. He always has somebody else do the shit, so that way he's just behind the scenes, so they can't really come after him.
No legal liability.
Right there.
so
I don't have anything else
neither do I.
other than Armand. It was great 6 months.
It was,
Oh, yeah,
it was a decent reign.
Had fun.
I had fun being the PM for the first half of your reign. It was a ride.
You've made my life interesting because every time you've done something and then Crix decides to bitch about it, I get contacted by people outside this kingdom wanting to know what the fuck is going on.
We love you, my
But you know what though? I have to say, you know what? You have not been as bad as some of the other places I have been. By far, I'm gonna rate your first reign as king. I'm gonna give you a B. I'm gonna give you a B.
I'm gonna give you a B plus.
Yeah, 5 of 7.
Yeah, you get 5 of 7. Okay, not bad. There was some things you could do better, but you know what? All in all, for a first timer being king, you did all right. So
Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna fuck up too. So.
yeah, don't let that don't let anything that anybody said around here even fucking matter. All right.
Alright, so I believe that is all the time that we're gonna allot for this shit.
Yeah, we're done. We've stretched this shit out. We've been going on for
An hour and almost 20 minutes now.
almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Alright, so
We've run out of shit.
alright, so I'm Raj.
I'm Rich.
This is the Raj and Rich Show.
Folks, have a good night. Bye.